It's your boy, DJ Reezy.
Let's go. It's Friday. Y'all know how we get down on Friday. We have a little fun. Let's go. Let's go.
Crazy curvy, wavy feet, titties low. Hold up. Crazy curvy, wavy feet, titties low. Hold up.
Wanna know who's here?
You won't get your baby back. See me in the dress and he felt like he almost tasted that. No, eat it up. Go play, okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never gotta hit me up. I'm present when I'm absent. Speaking when I'm not there. Call them bitches scary cats. I call them Carol Baskins.
Thank you, Nick. The bounce mix. Let's go. It's Friday night. We had a long week.
Come on.
Relax.
Got him out of control. I make a drop some. Come on. Hands on your knees with the wiggle low. Come on. This is how we do.
More hoes in the gospel. Y'all know it's
Dog, walking like a, walking like a dog. What dog? Walking like a dog, walking like a, walking like a. Now take your dog for a walk. Recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Whatever you're doing right now, business, bend over and start backing it up. Whatever you're doing, business, bend over and start backing it up. Ooh, you back it. Ooh, you back it. Yeah, you back it. Ooh, you back it. Yeah, you back it. Ooh, you back it. Yeah, you back it. Yeah, you back it.
Come on, my cow. Let's go. They gon' feel it in their back, my cow. Come on, my cow. They gon' feel it in their back, my cow. Ain't no breaking up, bitch. We take breaks. Hoes be waiting on the side to get in the game. I'll kick that bitch to the curb in a minute. Give them to you, hold, take them back. I ain't finished. Just like that. Now that nigga don't know ya. Thought you did something well, bitch. Let me show ya. That's my nigga, even on man pay. Fuck that nigga, but he still my pay. Bitches going crazy, got her blowing up my phone. If that's your nigga, bitch, tell that nigga leave me alone. Then she text the paragraph, spelling shit wrong. I always fuck them niggas, then send them niggas home. Baby, fucking me, baby, fucking me, baby, fucking up, fucking up, baby,
Stop! Buzz! Hey, you! Being out the flame!
No more crazy shit.
Thank you to all the DJs that made this fun.
Not up in here! Hey! Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit.
Stop the cap.
Like to work, bust it up, bust it up. Tell them girls who like to twerk, bust it up, bust it up. Tell them girls who like to work, bust it up, bust it up. Tell them girls who like to twerk, bust it up, bust it up. Tell them girls who like to work, bust it up, bust it up. Tell them girls who like to twerk, bust it up, bust it up. Tell them girls who like to work, bust it up, bust it up. Tell them girls who like to twerk, bust it up, bust it up. Tell them girls who like to work, bust it up, bust it up. Tell them girls who like to twerk, bust it up, bust it up. Tell them girls who like to work, bust it up, bust it up. Tell them girls who like to twerk, bust it up, bust it up. Tell them girls who like to rouse, who like to rouse, who like to work. Tell them girls who like to rouse, who like to rouse. And another one.
So I hope this Friday everybody is doing great. I am here to talk a little Joe. So if you are new to this space, thank you for joining me. I am Community Ms. Uplifting Tea, and this is the space known as Community and Culture. Here, we don't do gossip, we do growth. So everything we talk about is designed to make our communities safer, smarter, and stronger, which leads us to today's topic. Thank you to all the new subs. Thank you to all my creator friends. And thank you to my guardian angel who always watches over me. Granny, we are taking care of business even though you are missed. So let's talk about Joe, baby. Let's talk about the democracy. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that will be. Let's talk about Joe. You know it's bad because y'all know I can't carry a tune with a bucket and two hands. And y'all got me singing 90s or low-key R&B and hip-hop on a whole live today because rich billionaires and they boy toys don't have the intestinal fortitude or the huevos to withstand 90 minutes of a less than stellar performance. And you would think that given some of their attributes and features that a bad performance wouldn't bother them so much. But yet here we all are being dragged into their billion-dollar machinations. And yes, I am being very clear about this. This is billionaire people and they brands of bullshit. For the record, this is not a child-friendly space. The things that we talk about have nexus to the South in the news. So here we often have to cover politics because my goal is to make sure that the South is healthier, smarter, and safer. And given the fact that we have not been able to do that for a while, here in the South, we've got like 400 years of crap to clean up. It's imperative for everybody to shine a light down here because we need lots of disinfectant. So why are we even having this conversation about replacing our nominee if you are a Democrat on that particular side, have an affinity for that particular? Why are we even having this discussion? Because of money in politics. 14 million people have already voted in the primaries over the last 4 months. And the only reason why we are even having this conversation is because of money in politics. Because people with a lot of money feel like their say should outweigh that of the voters. And it's about time that we put a stop to that as voters. We need to vote with our feet. And more importantly, we need to make our voices heard in the next election about how we want this to stop. And I don't care if you are mad about the fact that something happened in Pennsylvania and this man been walking around with filming a product on the side of his face, or you just so happen to be upset about whatever the hell is going to happen in Chicago. And I can tell you at the rate they are going, this our side of the billionaire aisle is going to F this up royally. Go Google 1968. But don't worry, we're going to do a deep dive on that. I've been missing you guys. If you are a regular visitor to the channel, I am in the process of moving all my equipment. So that's why I don't have all my fancy cameras and lights and all this stuff up today. But it's just been too much crap going on. And we needed to have a quick conversation about this. Over the last week, if you are a person who cares about democracy, this has been your face. This has been all of our faces. Like, what are the cowardly billionaire class up to yet again? Why are these menaces to society? Why have we not put a stop to this? Why have we not put a stop to the foolishness that they feel they can inflict on other citizens? I don't know why our proletariat hasn't done something about our billionaire class, but at the rate they're going, making life hard for everybody out here, they might find out the hard way that people really just don't appreciate what you got going on. And if you don't believe me, we're going to listen to a Supreme Court justice, one of our newest one that went on the screen. It happens just to be Sonia Sotomayor. But this is what the Supreme Court has been doing since 1976. Buckley versus Vallejo basically says that, and I want you to notice that at that particular time, they were missing a Supreme Court justice. So anytime somebody tells you we can't have less or more people on the Supreme Court, these are rulings that have been rendered and are affirmed and are still applicable to this day. They're on the books. So, yeah, that was 8 people on the Supreme Court in 1976. It goes up and down, and sometimes people come off, and sometimes people manage to, accuse themselves for a reason. Sometimes people, manage to join the ancestor choir. So Buckley versus Vallejo basically says there is unlimited bribery in politics. As long as it's not a direct quid pro quo, literally as you're not walking up with paper bags full of money and putting it in the trunk of your favorite politician or a local council person, yes, that's okay. And then we get down to 2010 and said, down, Is it okay for one individual to walk up and put a bag of money in somebody's trunk and let them drive off, and then magically what they want to happen happens? Hey, that was just the craziest coincidence in legislation here and good governance. It just happened that way. Now they can get together as groups and group their beings together and just buy whole groups of people. Now instead of it just being a 1-to-1 fight, now 10-to-1, 20-to-1 can gang up on one little politician and drown them in money. And there's one missing from this particular chart. That's the one from this year, where it is basically said that if you do not have direct evidence of that money going into the trunk with a note in it saying, please do X, Y, and Z, then not only is the person who took the money as well as the giver of the money, no crime has been committed. If they simply wait and pay you the money in your trunk after you do what you want them to do, oh shit, that's a gratuity. That's what Rick Kavanaugh called it, beer bong bread. So that's a tip. That's what they do, you know what I'm saying, when it's more than 6 of y'all sitting down at the table at your local steakhouse. That's what they're talking about. It's just a tip. You just put the whole bag of money in the trunk, just make sure it's after whatever legislation or corrupt act you need completed is already done. Yeah, this is a system that is in definite need of problems. 1,500 people, 1,500 billionaires in America is a problem. They're the most problematic group of people, far more than anybody that's hanging out on the south and west side of Chicago, anybody that's hanging out in any urban major metropolitan, or anybody that's hanging out in these rural spaces that just keep leaving those rural spaces to create chaos in urban centers with weapons that should be banned. So what has happened since that 2014 decision saying as long as the billionaires get together in groups and spend money, the money spent by PACs between 2010 and 2018 was $2.9 billion. The cost of the entire 2000 election, Bush v. Gore, everybody spent $3 billion. These billionaire boys clubs have managed to spend $3 billion in less than 10 years. 3 in 4 Americans believe there should be limits on election spending. So why do you think that hasn't happened? It is because the only people that have the power to change that are the very people that have gotten that $2.9 billion over the last 8 years. The contribution limit to direct candidates should be $5,400. There are now 1,275 registered super PACs. So that's billionaire boys clubs getting together and just putting all their monies together. And there are 2,393 super PACs registered in 2016. So basically, they doubled the amount of billionaire boys clubs that they could get together. And understand, this is not a large group of people. And yeah, they pull in their millionaire friends. But by and large, this is the billionaire class. So, given that the Supreme Court is the problem, given that the billionaire class has been greenlit to do what is currently happening in the Democratic Party, because it's not the 14 million people that voted in the primary that are pissed. It's the billionaires who donated $2.9 billion between 2010 and 2018. So, as Justice Sonia Sotomayor so eloquently stated, when they finally allowed bribery in the trunk to be illegal as long as it was after the fact. And then they went and gave the president more power than you could ever know what to do with. This is what she had to say. This Supreme Court is on a tear. They are flooding the people who help them with money and anything that would help the poor, the disenfranchised, the marginalized. They are making sure that you get nothing. Good day, sir.
You have lost your mind. You have lost your mind. You have lost your mind.
The relationship between the president and the people he serves have shifted irrevocably. In every use of official power, the president is now a king above the law. With fear for our democracy, I dissent. And if you don't understand how strong of a sentence that last sentence is, if you think that's just her playing word games from her job that she can't get fired from, good luck with that. You need to go research that. And researching it doesn't mean probably going to Google. It might mean taking your behind down to one of those public facilities nearby you called the library. And it might mean you might want to take yourself, if you're going to go online to Barnes & Noble and like pick up some books. And stop hanging out in Clubhouse and Twitter Spaces. Yeah, I said Twitter. So what happens next? Well, we're all got our tickets. Hope you got yours. I definitely got mine. Because at this point,
this is crazy. This is literally crazy. Are you people insane?
And the conclusion I've come to is the answer to that is yes. They really are absolutely insane. But that's what billionaires do. There's no accountability for these dudes. They screw up at their level. The government comes along and bails them out. You screw up at your level, you're going to do some time in a little bitty tiny place that's got a very hard mattress and your toilet going to sit right next to it. There is almost no consequence for us getting those tickets. So I don't really know what happens next. But I can guarantee you, if the man in the back of this picture ain't the person that's running the show, the person in the front of that picture gonna have a hard time. I know that much. Because given the billionaire boy class is the people that are causing this foolishness, as far as they concerned, Kamala Harris.
Does that sound like something you want?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, you'll never get it.
And that's really how they feel. So in case you didn't hear what Ayana said, the Billionaire Boys Club is telling the Vice President of the United States, ma'am.
Does that sound like something you want?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, you'll never get it.
And this is why people like Reverend Barber and people who believe in grassroots movements low-key say billionaires shouldn't exist. Or at the very least, we should limit the harm that they are able to do. Because it's just absolutely crazy. So, unfortunately for us, we'll be on this ride for the next 100 days or so. Buckle up, buttercups. It's going to get wild. Personally, as far as I'm concerned, I wish the Billionaire Boys Club would.
Maybe you should shut up. Maybe you should shut up.
Really. That's really probably what should happen. But unfortunately, given the Supreme Court decisions, they are not. So, unfortunately, this is a mess. It's not going to get better anytime soon. There are questions about the money. There are questions about the ticket. There are questions about everything if it does not proceed apace. And more importantly, there are questions about the effectiveness of the strategy that's currently being deployed, either the one we stay on or whatever crazy cacophony of shit soup the Billionaire Boys Club is cooking up for people who actually want a healthy, functioning, safe, healthy, smart democracy. Not a theocracy, not a cult of personality. People who want freedom to live, to work, to love, and to worship without anybody else interfering. So I hope you all have a wonderful Friday. As always, everything here has been presented for educational purposes only. Fair use is in effect. And if you, as I always tell you every single time I get a chance to hang out with you, I hope blessings chase you down. I hope trouble never finds your door. Level up. There is power and purpose within you that the community needs. And until next time, be kind. And if you need someone that needs a little grace, give it to them.